Now let's do our forward and backward for Babylonian. Remember, Babylonian is base 60. And when we do these, I'm going to require you finish your answer with the actual symbol. You need to draw it. I gave you the symbols if you forgot what they looked like. This one's our Babylonian down here. You can go and reference this sheet. And you can also see, hey, it goes to 59, which means we're base 60 because at 60, we regroup to that next placeholder. So I need to be looking at powers of 60. 60 to the 0 power is 1. 60 to the first power is 60. 60 squared is 3,600. 60 cubed is 216,000. And when we're converting from from our base to theirs, we are looking to subtract out or to break into these groups. So 216,000 is too big. I cannot take 216,000 out of 2,723. I can't even take 3,600 out of 2,723. So I have to start here. I have to start with my 60s. I'm going to take the whole value and I'm going to see how many groups of 60 can I pull out. Well, to see how many groups of 60 you can pull out, you divide by 60. When I divide by 60, I'm going to pull out my phone. You should be using your scientific, all right, because that is what you will be allowed to use on the exam. We get 45.38333. So I'm going to write 45, and we need to know what the remainder is. It's part of a group of 60. It's not a whole group, and that's what's going to get carried to that next place value. So to find that remainder, I see, well, how many groups did I take out? I took out 45 groups of 60 from my whole. All right, you've multiplied together how many groups you took out and the size of those groups, and then you subtract it from where you began. So 45 times 60 is 2,700. And if I subtract those, I get 23. That is my remainder. So that's my number of groups of 60. And then I would move on to the next place value, which is the ones place. With the ones place, you don't actually have to write out this step because as soon as you move on to that place, that 23 is the value that ends up going into that ones place. If there had been a third place value we were looking at, we would need to continue to carry it as we went. All right, but in this case, it's 45 and then 23. You need to draw these symbols. They don't need to be beautiful, but some kind of fishy looking compass things. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the little glasses. That's 45, and then 23 in the next place. 23. And this is your actual answer. That's how you need to be displaying it. Put it back into their symbols. A little bit of a longer video, but I'm going to do, since I did the other groupings, I'm going to keep going and do the Babylonian other direction in the same video. So when we're converting from their system to ours, this is where we're looking at that multiplication and addition. From ours to theirs, it's division and subtraction. It's the reversal of the procedure, but we're still looking at those bases of 60. 60 to the 0 is 1. 60 to the first is 60. 60 squared is 3,600. And I don't go to a fourth because there were only 3 place values here. Don't forget that it always starts at 1. Students sometimes make the mistake where they start at 60 and then go 60 squared and then go 60 cubed. But no matter what base, what system you're working in, you have a ones place value. Let's talk about what these symbols mean. 10, 20, 30, 40, 51. 10, 13, 10, 20, 30, 3, 6, 7, 8, 38. So when I set this up, I have 51 groups of 3,600. Multiply those together. Add that to the 13 groups of 60. Add that to the 38 groups of 1. When we multiply this together, 51 times 3,600, we get 183,600. 13 times 60 is 780, plus the 38, and this is a total of 184,418.